Wish I had a sifter. Following the crystal trail farther uphill and farther away from people. Finding all kinds of treasures on the slopes. A little steep. But we're kind of climbing up. Controlled sliding down and climbing back up. While the farther I go up this one little particular patch of slope I'm on, the more crystals I'm finding laying on the surface. It's hard to keep going up because I want to keep going down through the scree field too, but there's a tip right there. Little milky. Not very long. But yeah. It's got a bunch of terminated sides, but crystals. Look at that. That is pretty big. I know it's dirty, but thank you, mountain. Just found a big old smoky spear tip. Can you see that? Not spear tip. Terminated smoky quartz. Gray. I'm not banging the bucket around, so once they're in there, they're pretty safe. Millions of almost quartz crystals. So here's someone's pit they left open. You can learn a lot from looking at people's tailing piles. Here's a parking spot where they walked over. We, of course, can try our hand at this technique. Looks like they were working this ledge here. I don't know if they got anything. Seems hardcore when there's all this exposed stuff to walk through. But you never know. There's a nice tip right there. We're up here. There's the truck. Truck, where are you? There it is. Huh. So yeah, we're working our way up this. I think down there we can start to find anything. We are. This is getting steep and rough. The mine's actually at the top there. So, could be anything anywhere. Wish me luck and I'll keep you updated. You see the sun is getting to us and it's getting brighter. So, blue skies are on this way. And it could be a game changer for the heat levels up here. It is pretty arid, hot, 7,000 plus feet. Taking a little lunch break here. Getting up to where I can crest around and check the faces of that. And I see a big diggins over here. See where they dug into it there? And there's their tailings heap. Somebody put a lot of low effort into that. It stands out from here. So we'll have to go check that out too. Still kind of headed up. What the ground looks like is just everywhere you look here. There's little almost quartz crystals. I mean, those are. They're breaking out of all these. We're just trying to find slightly bigger ones. I've stopped and gathered a lot of these littles that are everywhere. But we need you to get a look at the ground. It's how many things we're looking through. Wondering, are any of you terminated clear things? All the rocks here are quartz, so you can see that the whole mountain is just made up of it. So we need some bugs and some tips. I'm just one little person searching on the side of this. I just cracked this one open with a hammer. Look, we're getting into pocket land. This is what I was needing. Good stuff. I just got onto a spot where it looks like bigger rocks eroded all on their own, and it's looking pretty rich. I'm gonna dig around here a little bit. I haven't been digging much, but the surface has some something going on. This is like telling me to stop here and check out the abundance. Okay, nothing else right on the surface, but of course we're climbing up. Everything could get bigger and bigger and bigger as we go. Hey, there's some other color. We'll keep that. Just because. Yeah, I'm digging in here a little bit. I'll be back. Well, I didn't make my way over to that. Kind of following this up here, and they have dug the heck out of this hillside. I'm getting a little handful of bits and pieces, so I think we're just gonna kind of stay where it's at until it's not anymore. Some sort of logic to that. Well, I'm digging in right here because we have so many that I'm seeing, and I just got that little tip out of there. These are all gonna look really good when they're wet, and there's sides of really big ones in here. I see, I thought I saw bits and pieces. That just digging in right here, and that just popped out. I'm down in this really deep red dirt here, the moist dirt here, trying to live like a creature. Well, that'll definitely keep you digging on a hole. cool and it's wet. Oh. Big old smoky just came out of there. Broken. But yeah, it's right up in there. That is another big, beautiful crystal that I just dug out of here. I found this black, brown, good layer. I think it's what they've been working on. Another one. Look at that. Look at that. I'm getting a lot of cool color out of this pocket. So without trying to jinx myself, I'll let you dig with me for a second. Ooh. Got a lot of little crystal faces in here. I don't know. It's because this is where a pocket of them decomposed, or because we're deep enough to where other people haven't gotten to go through this a whole bunch. But there are. We're taking all this home to wash through it. Not all of it. A lot of it. That's why I brought a bucket. What do we got? See, that's that stone. I think the mountain's made out of. Besides quartz. I can see spots where they've dug down and they hit this and they had to keep following it up. And other spots where people were like, I'm gonna dig into it. And like it was that productive. Some sort of decomposing granite. Now if you find a pocket in there, that would be great. Same hole. Oh my God. That is our most beautiful rock all day long. I gotta go up to the shade and then we're digging on this hole. I am in some loose black dirt and I just have big tips just popping out of here. But look what I just dug to. I mean, that's a lot of work. Thank you, mountain! That's the thumbnail. Big old valley and holding a crystal up over it, you know? I just gathered up some, both the seeds, which they're plentiful. There's thousands of seeds of this tree, and I live up in some country that is also arid and cold, freezes and is dried. And I was just hoping to maybe induce these into my yard, introduce them. So I'm going to throw them down the slope and see if they sprout. I've had a lot of success like that. I also borrowed a little bit of its sap. It's like an American myrrh. So that's its own type of treasure. And you could argue the right or wrong of all that, but I'm not digging out its roots, mining like everybody has. And I'm celebrating it as a sacred and wonderful thing. I'm treating it like it's as precious as anything else I have. Gifts of gold and myrrh. Another big old tip out of the hole. Everything's so dry. This one's like pitted, but I can see it's clear. Look at this hole I've dug in here. I wish I would have brought more of a pick. You see that? There's my... Holy moly! All down the hill here. Look at those. All through there. That's what we're digging in. Yeah, there's my mine. The clouds are rolling back in, and the wind is up a little bit. It's good. It's pretty awesome getting to go through here looking for these. I hope you're having fun. This has been an awesome road trip. Kind of a fun way. Well, to not finish it, we have tomorrow. I'm thinking I might go hit up one of the buffets in Reno because I'm feeling victorious. And they got some seafood down there. I don't know why. Seafood at the top of the mountains, but it's there. See, I really, I've reduced my hunting area down to just this little pit that I'm digging in. And I'm kind of chewing it up, working my way down the actual face of the mountain here. And you see, that would be where we would be hoping to hit. You can see that's where we'd actually be hoping to hit a pocket of crystals still on the hillside. And it's pretty decomposed, but no sign of a pocket yet, so I'm digging down beside it to where it's eroded over the eons and looking for crystals that fell out of it or deep enough down to where they're preserved and not all messed up by the UV rays, and where people haven't hunted right here a bunch of times. Maybe here a bunch of times, not here. That is so awesome. I'm digging these out of, this is all this decomposed granite. There's a layer of it here, a face of it here, a face of it here, but the top of it is all rotten, and that's where stuff like that is coming out of. Man, thank you for coming with me on this one. Do you want to come back here tomorrow and look for more? Maybe we'll just stay up in the high deserts. Whew. Next one out of the pocket. Look at that. That's a chunk of quartz crystal. Oh, I'm having too good of a time. Any of these littler ones might be also. And then just the raw chunks of quartz are awesome up here too. But we'll put that up here with the other 1,000 pounds. And keep looking for... Oh dude, that's big. That's awesome. The gray piece just came out of here. Following this little bench around, I found a crack in between the two rocks and dug down and pried this out. You could see it's just a face of crystals. I'm gonna smash it with my hammer and see what happens. Well, it is just solid, but I think that that's really good. This is the vein that's running in between these two big old rocks, and that's how thick this vein is. I'm going to keep following that, and there could actually be, I mean, if these weren't grown together and had filled up the chasm, then those would all be beautiful terminated things. Here's where it busts off. You can look at it. That is actually, there's no decomposing granite in that at all. Well, here's the reason to wear your gloves. Look at that. I just discovered that. Yucky. Yucky. Look, it started there and it dug in there. It's okay. That one will stick together. It just stings right off because it ripped through. That's the one that we're trying not to hit too many times today. Whew. It's been a long couple weeks rockhounding. I think that puppy needs to get cleaned out and bandaged up tonight. Okay, let's see what else is in this crack. Well, that's a lot of digging. That's a lot of tailings. I'm going to collapse this down and push in the sides and stuff. We'll want to come back, we'll bring a shovel and a sifter, and we will go through it. Look, I threw that one out behind me. There's inevitable dirty ones that was missed. But yeah, if we come back with a little bit bigger brute force and a little bit smaller sifting ability. Intensifier looking and intensifier digging at the same time. I'm kind of paw raking through it, which it's costing me my hands and all that. I know, bring gloves. Totally. Okay, I pulled a bunch of stuff from the side, all this. Tried to pack it back in. Threw down some grass seed on the edge here, hopefully that'll take. It's still really vital. There's a bunch of stuff in it. Wet my pin. I'm gonna head out of here. There was our little mine. I go like this and then down that, because that water carved through every layer that's in these mountains, and now whatever heavies are in there are in there. So see you along the way. That way. That way. These spots where there's natural cracks in this decomposing granite. I'm getting all these little spears like they were in the little pockets in between, and they've rotted out as this broke over. And not going for giganteas, but looking for every little shiny thing that I see. I'm getting quite a few little ones. I think it's going to be a beautiful cleanup this thing. Oh, look. Look at that. Oh. There's something so magical about digging your own crystals. I know you can go buy these, but that is the best. That's the best. Took me about 2 minutes to gather those up. Just looking. Oh, these little spills. This is a good little spot. Oh! Probably wiping them out ahead of us as we... Look at that one. as we slide down the hill. So I'll try not to do that too much. We're just looking for ones that the water has washed clear since the last time something disturbed them all. Are they going to give you any more while you're with me? I think maybe I have to keep turning the camera off and putting it away to find them, which I don't mind. So, let's get some more. I'll tuck you back inside and I'll start showing up again. Very quiet up here. My incessant babbling to myself is the only thing besides the birds and the wind, and maybe a huge semi-truck rolling along in the valley below. See, these are not what I have by me that I hunt that are called Lake County diamonds. I had people tell me that they were broken pieces of terminated quartz crystal, and they have no termination on any specimen that you find on that mountain. They're just a different type of quartz crystal, and that's the way they're formed. As these are formed like this, and they terminate and have 6 sides. Those are not a 6-sided quartz. They are very rare, found only in that region. They're not Herkimer diamonds, a different creature on the other side. They're close to them, another rare quartz found only in its region. I almost wish that we'd just done this all day long, because you can just drop down the slope I'm on right now, picking up crystals. Not when the camera's on. We'd make it to the base of this rock. We are in this creek. We are headed down it. And it is full of minerals also. We're going to switch our brains over to being welcoming any shape and color again. Not just quartz crystals, because we don't want to pass by other things that could be in here. And there could be anything in here, because you've got mineral making elements and an entire mountainside, and this creek is eating down through all of those layers. So this is the biggest sluice box that we got going on this mountain. And this is our chance to pick through the bottom of it. That is what we're going to do on the way down. I'll let you know. Little chunk of smoky quartz. Probably just hang on to that because we're headed down. And we're just looking for little tips of crystal sticking out. But we do have to move. I kind of am at that tired point, and later in the day point I kind of want to work my way back down this crazy road, just so that if there are any issues I can calmly deal with them with plenty of daylight and stuff. And I have exhausted all water supplies, all food supplies, and maybe even a pinch of enthusiasm, even though we just keep plucking beautiful pieces off this hill. I think it might be time for us to pick up speed a little bit and look for just the big ones on our way out. Just the big ones. I'll let you know when I come across a couple of those. one. Just laying there. Dark. The sun is out. We were making time. And that one was just spotted. Going along about that fast. Just scanning the ground. So you can imagine how many there are just sloughing and rolling over each other on this hillside. All these big boulders in the creek. Full of crystal pockets. Probably sticking it. God, my legs are so exhausted, they're buckling under me. You'll probably spend your time out here trying to pick the perfect rock out and get some crystals instead of that. That's the spot where our mine is next to. That's where we hiked down, and we're by the base of that rock. Can't see the river, the creek bed we hiked down. We climbed over here, back on the road now, and heading to my truck. I am very dead tired. I ran out of water about 2 hours ago. And we are well into a spirit quest here. But deep thoughts. Deep, far out thoughts. Of profound oblivion. It's okay. We'll make it to the water. Just kind of hanging out at the bottom of the hill here. Reveling in my piles. I'm gonna go get some food, work my way back. That's where we were. See, way up there. There's those cliffs. And then, see our tree? It was like, oh, there it is. There's their big mine where they dug in. That's the tree where I took my shade break. That's the tree where I took my shade break, and right next to it, about 10 feet to the right of that red spot, was where I dug in. And we climbed down there. There's the big rock we were at the base of. Down the gully, crossed all the land, drove all the way out. And there's Hallelujah Mountain. And there is a mine on top of there. In case I didn't say that, I probably did. And I think that they're trying to get it worked out to where they can be a public mine. So stay tuned in the future for, I think it's called Hallelujah Mine. So pay attention to them. They might be coming online, and then that would be good access for people who can't do the hiking or the driving from here. And the moon is up. And we are out of here. Found a couple of things. This was actually laying in the road, and I realized what it is. I think it's pretty cool. So we're going to go ahead and put it on here because we could use this again. So this is somebody's long bar / chisel. And if you think about it, it's rebar. So it's cheap, and it's really soft. So it won't shatter on you. And they've ground down the end, and I can see that it's really used. And smoothed out on this end, they put a bolt and welded it. So think how many of those you could mass produce and hand out like 10 of them at a time to people to drive into things and to pry with. So that's a lucky one. And then this was laying out there. And you realize what it is. This is attempt 1. This is trying to pour aluminum down ant holes. So attempt 1, and then it slid out. And this was attempt 2, and it got about that far down, and then started spilling out, so they gave up. And might have done it somewhere else, but it's pretty cool. So that's a chamber that would be underground. So to do that, they had to have like 1500 degrees, a bunch of aluminum, a way to melt that on site, and we're trying to pour it down and then dig it out afterwards and have a big old sculpture of all the underground chambers. Okay, off down the road, every which way but loose.